A new podcast series released today is highlighting the bizarre story of a woman's long-running scam, swindling more than $100,000 while pretending she had cancer. It's called Scamanda. The podcast focuses on Amanda Riley, who started this scheme back in 2012. She wrote about her fake cancer journey on a blog. The donations she received from the online community never went to cancer treatments, but instead, the money was used for her own personal needs. But now, Amanda Riley will spend the next 5 years in prison on fraud charges, convicted of swindling hundreds of donors to contribute to her bogus campaign, raking in and depositing more than $100,000 into her personal bank account. The U.S. Attorney's Office in Northern California says Riley convinced 349 different organizations and others into believing the story. She was diagnosed with a form of cancer known as Hodgkin's lymphoma. Riley went to great lengths to maintain her deception for 7 years, even shaving her head and falsifying medical records, forging doctors' signatures, and suing one person who had suggested she was faking it. It wasn't until the IRS began investigating in 2019 that her big lie was uncovered. Now, after her 5 years in prison, she will serve another 3 years of supervision. The judge has ordered her to pay back the $105,000 that she stole. So here with us now to talk more about this bizarre case is investigative journalist Nancy Moscatiello, who found the story of Amanda Riley, and then Charlie Webster, host and producer of Scamanda. I hope that I am saying that correctly, Charlie. Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Scamanda, yeah.
Scamanda.
So it's supposed to be a play on words because she's called Amanda and she's scammed, but it's so much more than a scam. Just listening to your report on it there, it's about the emotional manipulation that she violated so many people's sense of self, their trust. The $105,000 that you mentioned is just from the wire fraud, which is what she inevitably got convicted for, but didn't include all the cash that was given to her, all the in-kind services, the meals and the food that were provided for her, and the pain that she's caused a lot of people, a whole community.
Absolutely. Nancy, let's kick it over to you now. Does or did Amanda ever have any type of physical illness? Do we know what started this? What was the catalyst for this huge deception?
Yeah. No, she never had cancer. She never had any form of it. Her claim was Hodgkin's lymphoma, and that was the launching off for her when she started her blog. And she maintained that until I would even say beyond pleading guilty.
So, Charlie, as the host of this new podcast, what fascinated you personally about this case, and why do you think it resonates with so many people?
I think that's such a good question. I think it's kind of twofold because the podcast follows her blogs, so it takes you on a journey. And even though we know that she didn't have cancer and she's currently in prison, she was sentenced to 5 years, as you mentioned. It's actually the first case of its kind by the IRS. You still get convinced by her. And along that journey, that's how victims felt. And I think what fascinated me so much, it just shows the power of manipulation. We think of crime by these big bad monsters, but actually she was wonderful to people. She was kind, she was empathetic, and that's how she manipulated people. And I think it's important to get that across. The second point is that she did this in the early days of influencers. So she started in 2012, which was, I think, the middle of the blog era, before influencers were as a term. And she preyed on vulnerable people. And I think now we're in an age of influencers which have direct access to people. And I think it's really important to raise awareness of this and the impact that it does have.
I know it really does highlight, everything that you see on the internet, even when you want to believe, it is not necessarily true. Nancy, just talk a little bit more about this. We mentioned this at the top, but Amanda was so deep into this deception that she even sued a person who had questioned her diagnosis. And obviously that person was really correct.
Yeah, she sued me.
That was Nancy.
That was you.
So I was tipped to Amanda back in 2015 while doing investigative work and doing my job. And, at that point, she had already had 3 years worth of her blog out and to read. And so once I jumped into that and really looked at what she was saying and the pictures and everything that went along with it, it took me years of fact checking everything she posted, like comparing every single picture she took of herself to where she said she was and what that place really looked like. Yeah, and then once she knew about me and what I was up to, I was a problem for her.
So it was so personal. I don't want to speak for you, Nancy, but it became so personal. So it wasn't really a story for Nancy anymore, because from Amanda's point of view, Nancy was the enemy that was outing her. And still to the very last second when she got sentenced, she was telling people, the community, online, that it was just actually a mistake because she didn't pay her tax. So for Nancy, again, I don't want to speak for you, it became this personal thing. And I feel like all of us here, listening, watching, have been affected by cancer in some way.
Absolutely. Well, Charlie, you mentioned the fact that, you know, she was this nice person. She was kind to people. Give us a little bit more backstory on Amanda, because she was a principal at a Christian academy. She's a married mother with 2 sons.
Yeah, I'm really glad you brought that up. She was a principal at a Christian academy. And I met a mother, you know, and it breaks my heart, whose son does have a life-threatening cancer. And his mom even said to me, you know, I think he's going to go before me. Even Amanda at that school said to the young boy, I know how you feel. I mean, that's to the extent of what she did. She infiltrated a mega church. So again, people that really believed in faith, and she took advantage of that. She even did like chili cook-offs with restaurants in the local community. Online, she posted pictures of herself in hospital, actually having chemotherapy. She shaved her head. She said to people that she couldn't raise them. She couldn't, that her insurance wouldn't pay the money for her to have these trials. So people who didn't even have anything, that $20 meant so much to them, helped her go to the trials. One person even donated plasma to try and help her, so much so that the lab actually turned her away because she was donating so much it was a risk to her. But none of it was true.
Yeah, it just shows people really do want to try to help in any way that they can. This new podcast, Scamanda, we know certainly the first episode drops today, certainly going to be a popular one. So much interest in this case. Charlie Webster, Nancy Moscatiello, we thank you both for your time. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.